Hello, my gorgeous, joyous Geminis. Welcome, welcome. It is Sachi the Scorpio, and I am here to deliver your twin flame bonus for July through August. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And thank you so much for all of your support and likes on this channel. Of course, Gemini, you came in number 3 for last month, so here is your bonus. Let's get to it. So this is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. We had, I'm like out of breath all of a sudden. I don't know if you guys are like going or like working out or something, but so we have Dreamtime Creation. So I feel like when this happened, honestly, I was getting so many downloads about different creative projects, and then I was reminded of like a million other creative projects that I want to do. And I feel like right now there's a lot of time spent in dreamland, whether that's actual, ZZZ sleep or La La Land. I feel like you're very much in your head, a lot of very creative ideas, which is always good for a Gemini, right? But you do rule the hands. It's like you need to make it, because we had Gaia nurturing in reverse. So it feels like you're dreaming all of these creations, but you're not doing what is necessary in order to nurture them into fruition, into the 3D material reality. And it seems like because there was some sort of Five of Pentacles situation, basically something told you no, whether it was a person or a job or whatever it is, there's some sort of physical rejection here of being told no in the 3D reality. And whatever this was is a cycle that has yet to be completed. And with the World in reverse, like the Wheel of Fortune is not moving forward. This karmic cycle is not moving forward because you feel stuck in whatever this rejection was. And with the World in reverse, it's telling me that this, this lesson hasn't been learned. It has not been integrated. This is a really big thing with the Wheel of Fortune and the World coming out. This is like unfinished business, basically, soul-wise. We had Litwick coming out using surprise attack. So this could be, it could be a twin flame sort of thing, right? We do have a candle spirit, and I do take this as like a flame. There is some sort of surprise attack, so there may have been some sort of attack around the full moon, either the full moon in Capricorn that we had last month, the full moon in Aquarius that is happening, and we actually have 2 full moons in Aquarius, which is pretty wild. So yeah, anyway, so so I feel like there's going to be some sort of surprise if it has not happened already. We have Jigglypuff using Mumble. So whatever this attack was, it feels like it happened in the third eye, because we had 2 third eye cards. So it could be some sort of psychic attack that was a surprise. So it could have influenced your headspace, or it could have been in the dream time, right? So yeah, it feels like there's sort of this mumble in the back of your head. And with Duosion using double link, it is telling me that, you guys are linked at the third eye in some sort of way. So that's what came out in the cleansing ceremony, Gemini. Whew. I'm reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, stelliums. And for Gemini, what I've always found is that you tend to sort of channel for the twin flame collective, because you are the sign of the twins. In any case, I've been thinking about maybe just doing a twin flame collective every single month instead of doing individual bonuses for the signs. Let me know what you think about that, Gemini. All right, so we're going to check and see what is going on with the Divine Feminine, what's in their energy, what is in the Divine Masculine's energy, what is in the connective. Then in the extended, we will see what the Divine Feminine can do in order to manifest union, how the masculine will physically or energetically respond, and then, of course, some advice on how to manifest the highest vibrational timeline. I do also want to say, Gemini, let me get a drink. When I tapped into your energy, I heard it's time to take out the trash. So, yeah. All right, let's see what is going on with the feminine. Summer solstice radiance. Interesting. So that actually came out for the masculine for Scorpio energy. So I feel like, the feminine's really trying to shine their light. I feel like they're also trying to enjoy summer, enjoy the fun, nicer months, basically. And, you know, Leo season is literally starting tomorrow. I'm recording this on the 21st. So I feel like the feminine is very much in that sort of Leo energy. We had Venus and Mars there. They've both been in the constellation Leo for quite some time. Venus is going to be moving into Virgo tomorrow, actually. But anyway, I feel like the divine feminine has really been picking up on the collective fixed fire, sunny energy that is Leo, especially with the sun moving into Leo. So I'm really feeling that, yeah, the divine feminine is very much focused on the light, on shining their light. Let's see what's going on with the divine feminine. I'm hearing like, but, so 10 of Pentacles. So it looks like the divine feminine is finishing a physical cycle with somebody. This, you know, 10 of Pentacles is generational wealth. This is thinking about legacy. This is thinking long-term investment sort of thing. The 10 of Pentacles is, again, when you finish a cycle with someone, it's when you have a nice house, a nice yard, you know, the kids are around, you have good food, you know, very, very well established, and, you know, you have this land, right, there's like a grandma, it's being passed down, there's the kids and things like that. So, you know, really working not just for you, but for your grandkids, basically, or having that sort of, you know, generational mindset sort of thing. Even if you don't necessarily have the family now or something like that. So that's awesome. What's the light energy? Okay, coming out stuck, we have Pan Sage using Seed Bomb and Bite. So with Pan Sage, I feel like the divine feminine has really been trying to cleanse out the gunk, basically. Again, you know, like time to take out the trash. I feel like that's what is happening or what has been happening. And, you know, to get to this 10 of Pentacles, there is this necessity to sort of get rid of some stuff in order for that stuff to come in. And I feel like the divine feminine has either been saging, you know, like I always take this as like cleansing your space, right, using sage. So I just feel like this very cleansing energy for the divine feminine, especially in the heart chakra. We do have Seed Bomb though, so it does look like how do I want to say, with Bite, there's two different ways here. So one, I'm getting that there's sort of like really becoming aware of like the ticking, the tick 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 of the heart. It feels like some sort of like time bomb or something like that, not in a fearful way in any sort of thing, but it feels like it's like, okay, my heart isn't gonna last forever, right? It's like understanding like, okay, I have a certain amount of time and I need to start thinking more like this. Also, I was getting that there was some sort of like bomb basically placed in the heart chakra about some sort of seed, right? And the seed is what you plant in order to grow. And when you grow things, right, that's what gets you the sort of 10 of Pentacles. And when you have the 10 of Pentacles, you know, the generational property, things like that, that is where you'd be, you know, planting seeds and things of that nature. So, yeah, and with Bite coming out stuck, I feel like there is a focus on trying to eat healthier, eating more greens for the divine feminine. It says, it's good at finding berries and gathers them from all over. It's kind enough to share them with friends. Yeah, so I feel like the feminine is also, you know, like look how the feminine and the masculine, right? She is, you know, collecting the berries, quote unquote, right? She went to the garden and, you know, got those carrots and things like that. And he is there with his rake, you know, plowing the back 40 and doing the masculine work sort of thing. And I feel like the divine feminine in their heart is like, yeah, I'm a gatherer. I'm not a hunter. You know, like I shouldn't have to do that hunting sort of thing. I should be able to, you know, enjoy and radiate my light sort of thing. Again, I feel like the divine feminine is in a pretty good place, is what it feels like, you know, collecting berries and sharing with friends. I feel like the divine feminine is really focused on, you know, connecting with people where you could have the 10 of Pentacles or where that sort of notion is ideal. Let's see what's the shadow here. Okay, we have the solar plexus coming out. So there's definitely some ego work that's in the shadow, right? The solar plexus, the ego, is definitely, yeah, in the shadow. Let's get some more information. So could be their sense of self, could be, ego, right? I mean, we did see there was some sort of physical rejection, and it's like you went from the 5 straight to the 10. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I'm trying to get to the 10 from a physical rejection. What about the 6, 7, 8, 9 sort of energy? You know what I mean? But yeah, there's definitely some ego work in the shadow. Tell me more. We have Rowlett using Wind Shard. Yeah, I was honestly getting like, it has to do with the heart chakra. Some sort of, some energy that has not been addressed. With Wind Shard, I feel like there's some sort of way that the ego is communicating to the heart that is not necessarily the best. It says, at a distance, it launches its sharp feathers while flying about. If the enemy gets too close, Rowlett switches tactics and delivers vicious kicks. Yeah, so I feel like basically the heart is like pushing away the ego, which is not a bad thing, right? You don't always want to be in your ego. I feel like the heart space is really trying to focus on like, yeah, I'm a gatherer. Let's, you know, I want to be around people who are like this sort of thing, right? People interested in building generational wealth, things that, you know, can be very self-sustaining. And yeah, it's like you're just pushing your ego into the shadow, but still shining light. I mean, that seems like a pretty good place to be. I gotta say, Divine Feminine. Because usually the shadow is more of the darker stuff. I mean, we do get a very sort of defensive energy, and it could be because of the ego, but it feels more like the heart, like pushing the ego. What wants to come out? Rainbow Blessings in reverse. Okay, but blessings are being blocked for some reason. We do have Owl Spirit in the shadow, so I feel like there has been some shadow wisdom, which can be good or bad, right? Depending on how it's being utilized. But what was I feeling? I feel like things are just like coming and going for you so quickly, Gemini. But I was oh yeah. So usually, you know, in the shadow, it can be kind of like a negative aspect. I mean, negative is shadow, right? Is feminine. Negative isn't bad either. Negative does not mean bad. It's just a polarity of positive and negative, right? But anyway, Geminis, you guys have me going a million miles a minute. Let's just look into the masculine. I feel, yeah, the feminine is like really trying to push their ego away because it just I keep losing it every time I try to tap in. The masculine is in solitude, in isolation. So it feels like they are, yeah, I opened it up and it was the reflection card. I feel like they are in solitude, really reflecting on things with new moon promise in reverse. It's funny, the masculine also got this for Scorpio. So if you're dealing with a Scorpio, let me know. It's funny because it's like I did Cancer and Scorpios and they had very similar messages. Now you're having similar messages to Scorpio. So do let me know if it would just be better to do a twin flame collective, where maybe I can make it a little bit longer or something like that. But anyway, with the island, solitude, and new moon promise in reverse, yeah, it's the masculine either did not make a promise for some sort of new beginning, for some sort of new love, or was not given that promise that, yeah, you know, when you come out of isolation, you know, there will be new love sort of thing. Because that full moon came out, right, with the surprise attack and the new moon in reverse, it feels like, the masculine doesn't know how long they're going to be in the dark, is what I'm getting. I'm getting that they're afraid of the dark. They're afraid of new moons, right? And the new moon is when you can't see anything, right? It's a black moon. And I feel like there's something about what that darkness is going to bring. The masculine is going through a stage, I feel like they haven't gone through it yet, but they're going through a stage where basically they have to learn how to bloom in the dark. Let's find out. Tell me more about this. Two of Pentacles. So they're trying to juggle some things for sure. They could be balancing finances, balancing work situation or physical relationship, but you know, most of all, they're balancing the masculine and feminine energies by themselves, and it feels like that's what they're really juggling. Is, you know, here's the feminine like, yep, okay, you know, I'm here, and the masculine's like, okay, now I really have to figure out what I'm doing by myself here. with the 9 of Swords. So it does feel like they haven't mourned whatever ending this is. And honestly, it feels like because they feel like it's not an ending. Okay, there was not a promise of new love given or received. But yeah, I just feel like they know that there's like a ... sort of thing. All right, what's the light energy here? Trainer versus Seeker in reverse, but they're not looking for anybody else right now. What's in the shadow? Okay, I feel like there's something else that wants to come out in the light. So yeah, they are definitely balancing within themselves. They're not looking for anyone else to battle, anyone else to fight. Rhyhorn using horn attack. Yeah, so I feel like even though they're not looking for someone, right? They're not looking for any sort of promise of new love. They're very much in the dark solitude. Although with horn attack, they are very licentious and lusty, which also came out for the masculine for Scorpio. Highly recommend you check that out, especially if you have Scorpio placements or are a Gemini in the 8th house perhaps, or an 8th house stellium. So anyway, it says, if massive bones are 1,000 times harder than its massive bones are 1,000 times harder than human bones. It can easily knock a trailer flying. Yeah, so, you know, very hard bones. You feel me? Let's just move on. What's in the shadow? Feebas using Adadash. So I feel like they are pretty emotional in the shadow. It's like, you know, but it feels like sort of come and go. Like this looks like a storm cloud that's coming, right? And I feel like there is, every once in a while, there's sort of drizzles, but it's like the storm hasn't really hit yet. Of really learning how to bloom in the shadows. So it says, it's a shabby and ugly Pokemon. However, it's very hardy and can survive on little water. So I feel like that's more about their self-image. They are feeling very shabby and ugly emotionally. Of course, I would never insult anybody, but it just feels like how they are feeling about themselves. And it's talking about surviving on little water. So no wonder why I'm so thirsty. Let me drink. But yeah, they're surviving off very little water. Again, I feel like the rain has barely come. Like they don't have the water yet in order to germinate their seeds, basically, right? And then the seed will eventually, they'll have to learn to grow and then blossom. Maybe it's the feminine that is holding that seed bomb. Whew. Anyway, so yeah, it says, yeah, that it can, ooh, I just started like about to cry. Yeah, they have a lot of crying to do. I'll just put it that way. Yeah, and I feel like, yeah, they're just surviving on very little water. We have Trainer using Max Revive and Trainer using Energy Restore. So I feel like the thing is they're not looking for anyone specifically, but they are trying to revive themselves emotionally through other people, right? Trainer always means someone else. Although they are using people to revive their energy, they don't feel that their energy is restored. So, and that goes for their root chakra. So their, you know, Kundalini that has been unawakened in order to awaken it, and the solar plexus, which is, you know, the ego. So it's like nothing can really restore their ego or their spark or their flame, even though they are definitely trying to revive themselves and other people. And that's why they feel really shabby. It's and Grumpig using Psych Up. Yeah, they're very grumpy about this. You know, they're trying to get their psychic energy up, but I honestly, I feel like a lot of their energy is going through the third eye. They're getting third eye upgrades, and it's a purple flower that's about to bloom. So likely that's what's happening, is their third eye is going to bloom. I'm hearing also their heart chakra, but their solar plexus and root is like... It says, it uses black pearls to amplify its psychic power. It does a strange dance to control foes' minds. Yeah, so they might be trying to do some sort of, you know, mental manipulation in order to feel, you know, more important, right? If they're having these horn attacks, you know what I mean, and using other people but not, you know, actually looking for something long-term, then of course they're utilizing their psychic manipulation on people. You know what I mean? So yeah. No judgment. All right, let's see what's in the connective. We have Eagle Communion, and it wants to go, I was feeling scorpionic energy again, you guys. So going right to the feminine, especially when it comes to the Pan-Sage Seed Bomb and the 10 of Pentacles. So we have Eagle Communion, which this is the second stage of Scorpio's shamanic death and rebirth, right? Born as a scorpion, die, are reborn again as the eagle, right? Then the eagle goes to the phoenix. But anyways, in the eagle stage, this is when you learn to be in communion with your higher self, right? You learn to speak to the universe and how the universe speaks to you through animal totems and things of this earth, right? And so when you're in communion like that, it definitely, you know, okay, sorry, I was just, woo, yeah, channeling. It feels like the divine feminine, both, it's in the connective, are channeling this communication with the higher power, in communion with the higher power. It feels like for the feminine, what spirit is saying, basically, is to focus on the 10 of Pentacles and to sage out all of this energy from the heart chakra, you know, to cleanse the heart chakra. And communion is like to be in one. So I do feel like there is some sort of spiritual harmony here that's happening. Whew, with the 3 of Swords. Yeah, it has to do with this heartbreak. Again, that's why I feel like the divine feminine is cleansing, needs to cleanse the heart in some sort of way. Okay, I feel, yeah. So needs to cleanse the heart, but is a little bit too stuck in the ego. It's okay to allow the solar plexus to radiate. But now I'm feeling that this radiance is actually, the way things are shining are actually when the solar plexus is in the shadow. So yeah, so there's some issues getting to the heart chakra, and it's because of this heartbreak. And I'm feeling, I mean, obviously both the masculine and the feminine are feeling this heartbreak. I opened it and it's the Ace of Wands, which is a very, you know, masculine horn attack type energy. And I feel like it's like the feminine's using the wand. I'll just say that. I mean, they're both using the wand, but the feminine's creating generational legacy, and they are doing that. Tell me more about the 3 of Swords. It's in the connective. Judgment. Yeah, there's a lot of judgment that is bringing heartbreak to this situation. And yeah, I feel like both are judging each other in some sort of way, but judgment is also transformation, and I feel like there is transmutation going on. Again, this is a very scorpionic card of, you know, here's the eagle, right? And like I said, after the eagle dies and is reborn again as the phoenix, which rises from the own ashes. So I do feel like both are really using alchemy here. They're in communion. They're trying to, both are trying to alchemize their sadness, their heartbreak, their disappointment. What's the light energy here? Wow, I just channeled some. Woo. So I saw these two people and it was like just wanting to connect because of how deep the emotional pain is. Like for some reason there's a, I don't know, some sort of enjoyment. Okay, we have Aaron using Ram. So yeah, anytime Ram comes up, I get Aries energy. So, you know, both of you could have Aries energy here, or you could have some sort of first house dominance, first house stellium sort of thing, or yeah. So it says, when it evolves, it sheds the steel carapace that covered its whole body and developed a new one. Yeah, exactly. Both the masculine and the feminine are evolving right now, spiritually evolving with it, while in communion with spirit. And it's about, you know, this pain and this heartbreak. And so, you know, it's talking about getting rid of the steel carapace. So I feel like both are transforming the walls that they have built up around their heart because of this. What's the shadow here? Kakuna using hardened. Yeah, but the thing is, another one is reforming, right? It's talking about, you know, covered its whole body and developed a new one, is developing a new one. So I feel like there is this shedding of the old one and there's a new one, but the heart is becoming a little bit hardened. And again, it feels like it's because of ego issues. It says, almost incapable of moving, this Pokemon can only harden its shell to protect itself when it is in danger. Yeah, so there's a feeling that the shadow energy, right, is some sort of danger, right? It's very fear-based. That is the way that your heart chakra will start creating the shell around it, is through fear. So yeah, both the masculine and feminine, due to the heartbreak and the judgments that they're making, are, you know, shedding the old protection over the heart, building a new one, but it is based in fear. Let's see what's going on with the moon here. Can we get some information to go into the extended, please? So definitely I'm going to pull a unicorn deck as soon as we get there. Yeah, I was going to say we need to look at a bigger picture perspective, and that's exactly what the unicorns are going to help us do. Check out my Instagram if you have not. I'm going to be talking about the unicorns pretty soon because they're amazing and they can definitely get you to whatever timeline that you want to. And yeah, so you can check out the extended, like looking at the bigger picture. There's definitely some bigger picture things than what each is, you know, what is actually happening. So, I also have a trailer that I, you know, post. So if you want to check the first like 1 to 3 minutes, which is what the trailer is, to see if you resonate, you know, please do check it out. Yeah, so like I said, in the extended, ooh, ascension lift. Yeah, for sure. We're about to ascend this message to a whole nother higher level here, Gemini and Twin Flame Collective. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, okay, sorry. I am channeling so heavy already, Gemini. Yeah, so if you would like to follow me into the extended, like I said, we are going to take a look at what the Divine Feminine can do in order to manifest union, okay, and then how the masculine will energetically or physically respond, and the advice on how to manifest the highest vibrational timeline. I am getting one unicorn that wants to come out already, so let's see what takes us into the extended about this bigger picture. Stand in your power in reverse. So it feels like, you know, the bigger picture here is that neither are really standing in their power. There's some sort of balancing act. If you saw, it like landed on my arm, like it was just balancing on my arm. And I feel like that is the difficulty, is sort of seeing the bigger picture and standing in your power from a bigger picture perspective. It says, be passionate about your vision. Bring about positive change. So again, I feel like that's the thing. There's not really, I feel like because of this heartbreak, it's really not manifesting the vision of love here. You know what I mean? Of really standing in the power of like, yes, this is love, basically, that will help bring about positive change. Instead, it feels like it's bringing negative change, which is not bad, but it's just too... I wanted to say feminine, but not in a bad way. I don't know. There's so many messages coming in. Anyway, Gemini, if you want to follow me to the extended, the link is in the description box below. If we part ways here, good luck with the situation. I'm sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah!